Right, the big story, of course, of the weekend is that potential peace deal that could see the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Ships of the world, start your engines, the US president has said, to look at what that would actually involve. We are very pleased to be joined by Captain Zarir Irani, who is chair of the board of directors of Constellation Marine Services and now also vice president global of the Nautical Institute, the first vice president that's ever been elected from the UAE. It is lovely to see you, Captain. Also, Mabruk on the new title.
Thank you very much, Brandy. Pleasure to be here, as always.
Now, I know we still have a lot of questions about this deal and what that could mean for the Strait, but what's your initial reaction to this news?
Hooray. That's it. I feel very, very excited. There is a lot that is waiting to be shipped out from here. The feeling amongst the seafarers, I'm sure, must be that of going home for Thanksgiving. And these engines of the ships are all ready and raring to go. I don't know much about the hull that is ready or not, because that will be nicely coated with barnacles, which need to be scraped out at some point. But I'm sure there will be. At the same time, those who are looking at opportunities to bring their ships in for the trade that will open up and queue up those terminals, that's going to be a huge opportunity there.
Okay, let's look at what actually is involved in getting that waterway moving again. If we do see this deal signed on Friday and the Strait look at more movement after that, starting with mine removal, which we understand is what happens first.
Yes, mine removal. There'll also be some wreck removal. So the salvage companies and their CEOs must be rubbing their hands. First, the naval vessels will go in to check any unexploded mines. So the same traffic separation schemes which were existing will not be ready for a while. So rerouting will be the way. There will be some trial runs where there will be safe passages declared in the waterways, and that will be the new route. It'll not be the traditional traffic separation that used to be on navigating charts and on EGDIS's on ships anymore.
What needs to happen for ships to get moving? Is just a deal on paper enough? What kind of confidence do owners have to have? What will they be assessing?
Free pratique is what we say, is what is a very generally used term. And if you get called on your VHF by any naval vessel, Coast Guard, or anybody warning you as a captain or a officer watch, saying that it is unsafe or be cautious, we got to take everything seriously. So we need free pratique. We need clearances from all those who were threatening about stopping the transit. And once that comes through on VHF calls, if at all it does, we're good to go, really.
What about insurance?
Insurances are going to be in place. They would have already been in place with us being already in the war risk zone for years before it even started. But it's just the price gone up. That's it. But we've always been every vessel that's coming in anyways paying a lot of premium to get in and out of these waters.
What happens to prices with a peace deal, though? How long could it take for them to come down?
Well, I think the prices will straight away become modest, because prices are run on sentiments, and it's all down to demand and supply. So once the supply chain opens up, the prices automatically start thawing down. Only thing is, are there enough ships to carry all that bottlenecked cargo is the question, and that's going to be the challenge.
Okay, so the backlog of physical ships that we have at the moment, where do we stand?
Well, they'll all be ready to go, but the new ones will come in to take the fresh cargo. But they will be going to their destinations. Most of those are loaded and waiting to carry on to their destinations.
How many ships do we effectively have waiting at the moment?
Well, my last count was 2,500.
Are we expecting to see a full sort of 100% opening once the mine clearing is done? Are we expected to see less ships traversing first off? When will we be back to full capacity?
I think there'll be a queue up for eastern-bound vessels. Not so many enthusiastic owners would want to send their ships in until they wait and watch what transpires. But the western-bound traffic will be very, very keen to exit. And most importantly, all those dormant ports which are waiting to have cargo, all those oil tanks which are now to capacity will be all ready to ship their cargo out. And that will be an opportunity for those traders and vessel owners to send their ships in to earn a good amount of revenue off the ships.
You say ready. One of the things that we had obviously in COVID was things just literally not being in the right place. People not being in the right place, shipping containers not being in the right place. What's the situation here?
No, look, traditionally, empty containers are plenty of in this region. Tanks, oil tanks have always been there to store the excess capacity. And that's enough to mitigate the immediate demand that comes out from the market. So I don't think there'll be personnel would be a question mark because of the uncertainty. There might be a few that might have been asked to go on long leaves. So manpower will take a little time to come back.
Do you expect to see any permanent shifts as a result of this conflict? We've opened up, for example, a lot of new trade corridors. We've seen more activity at ports like Khor Fakkan. Could that continue?
Yes, Khor Fakkan is going to be the cherry of the pie. It has been. A lot of food security has come in through there. Fujairah has been absolutely packed to capacity in spite of a little bursts and bits there. But the East Coast will flourish like it has never before. So that's the positive that has come out. Dibba, the port of Dibba, had never been heard. Sohar has been going in Muscat, near Muscat, north of Muscat, has been busy as anything. So the East Coast of UAE will definitely prosper as aftermath of this episode.
What would that look like? More people choosing it, more investment, more companies setting up there?
Yes, definitely more prosperity and more alignment of trade. Mind you, Khor Fakkan is fully equipped with all the gantries and all a very large wharfage area and has a lot of capacity to carry on servicing the needs of this nation. And it will continue to flourish, I think.
30 seconds left with you. What are you listening and watching for now?
I'm listening and watching at opportunities. New traders will come in, and I think things will be back. I heard Paul earlier saying that by end of 2027, his airports will be to capacity. I think the ports will be to capacity even earlier. I think first quarter of 2027, we'll see the ports of UAE, especially the west coast of UAE, will be up to capacity, if not earlier.
Some bold statements there from Captain Zarir Irani, the chair of the board of directors of Constellation Marine Services and now also vice president globally of the Nautical Institute. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Brandy. Pleasure always.